Imagine, just for a moment, that you had the power to clearly understand what women truly want from a man, not what they say politely, not what they post online, but what they actually prefer deep down. How would that change the way you move, speak, and connect? And what if I told you, most of those real desires are never directly spoken out loud? In this script, I'm going to walk you through 7 things women quietly wish for in a man, but almost never ask for directly. These are the things they feel, judge, and notice on a deeper level, even if they never put them into words. And I'll warn you now, number 6 tends to shock a lot of men. So stay with me right until the end if you want the full picture. Let's dive in. 1. Women secretly want unpredictability. Whether she admits it or not, a woman doesn't dream of a man who is safe but boring. She's drawn to a man who can gently disrupt her routine, spark emotion, and keep her from feeling like she can predict every word you'll say. Now imagine the opposite. A man who says the same things, does the same things, responds the same way every time. You always know what joke is coming, what answer he'll give, what move he'll make. There's no surprise, no tension, no anticipation. Eventually, the emotional spark dies out. A man who awakens attraction isn't chaotic or childish, but he doesn't live on autopilot. He changes plans sometimes. He suggests new places. He doesn't text at the exact same time with the exact same messages every day. He brings variety to her emotional world. When you become too predictable, she slowly disengages. She starts replying later. She takes longer to respond. She stops initiating. In some cases, she fades out completely. No drama, no explanation, just distance. If she never replies, never responds, never reaches out on her own, that silence is an answer. If she wanted to continue, she would show it through effort. So send your message, express your interest, and then give it space. Don't chase endlessly. If she doesn't come back, accept it, release it, and invest your energy where there is mutual interest and reciprocity. 2. Women deeply crave to be truly listened to. One of the most powerful qualities women value in a man is real, present, active listening. From a young age, many women learn to express thoughts and feelings verbally. For them, talking isn't just information, it's connection. But most men were never taught how to really listen on that emotional level. So they hear the words, but they miss the meaning. Here's a quiet truth. The more a woman feels genuinely heard by you, the more positively she experiences you. Listening isn't just being quiet while she talks. That's passive listening, when your ears are open but your mind is wandering. Active listening is different. It looks like maintaining gentle eye contact, asking follow-up questions, reflecting what she said in your own words, responding to what she feels, not just what she says. When you do this, she feels seen, she feels valued, she feels emotionally safe around you, and that safety naturally deepens her interest. Most men rush to impress, fix, or advise. Very few slow down enough to simply listen. That's why the man who does becomes unforgettable. If you practice this consistently, with women, friends, family, everyone, you will be shocked by how your relationships change. Real listening is rare, and that's exactly why it's so attractive. 3. Respect, but not worship. This one surprises a lot of men. Women want to be respected, but they do not want to be placed on a pedestal and treated like a fragile queen you must constantly please. Many men were raised with messages like, always treat women like princesses, always put them first, never disagree. The intention is kind, but taken too far, it makes you look submissive instead of strong. Endless flattery, constant apologizing, never having an opinion, always giving in. These things don't make you look kind. They make you look like you don't value yourself. Women want respect, kindness, consideration, but they also want a partner, not a servant. A man who can say what he thinks, someone who can lead sometimes, decide sometimes, and stand his ground calmly. Being playful, teasing lightly, having a sense of humor, and not being afraid to disagree respectfully. These things all signal confidence and authenticity. So yes, open the door if you want, be polite, be caring, but also be real. Don't pretend to be perfect. Don't hide every opinion just to avoid conflict. Women feel safer with a man who respects them and respects himself. 4. Appearance absolutely matters. You don't need perfect genetics or designer clothes to be attractive. But you do need to show that you care about how you present yourself. If she invests time in her hair, skin, clothes, and overall appearance, and you show up looking like you just rolled out of bed with no effort at all, it sends a clear message. I care less about myself and this moment than you do. You don't have to be a model, but basic things go a long way. Clean, well-fitting clothes, good hygiene and grooming, a style that suits your age and personality, a little attention to details like shoes, fragrance, or a neat beard. Women notice effort, not perfection. Effort. Taking care of yourself doesn't make you vain. It communicates self-respect, and self-respect is one of the most attractive traits you can carry. 5th, women want a man who can take the lead. Another thing most women won't say directly but feel strongly is this. They appreciate a man who can take initiative. This doesn't mean controlling her. It doesn't mean making decisions for her. It means you're not afraid to suggest, to guide, to organize, and to move things forward. Instead of, what do you want to do? I don't know, whatever you want. Wherever you want to go is fine. Try. There's a great place I know. Let's go there. How about Saturday at 7? I'll book us a table. That kind of calm, decisive energy feels grounding. It tells her, you're safe with me, I can handle things. Of course, this must always come with respect and flexibility. You suggest, she can agree, adjust, or decline. You lead, but you still listen. No woman wants to be controlled, manipulated, or pushed, but many women are quietly drawn to a man who is emotionally stable enough to take charge when needed, while still honoring her voice. 6th, women need you to say no, sometimes. This is the point most men don't expect. Women actually feel more attracted to men who are able to set boundaries and say no. If you always say yes, if you always agree, if you always change your plans, your values, your opinions just to please her. She might like the convenience for a while, but deep down, she will not fully trust your strength. Women sometimes test limits. Not to be cruel, but to see what kind of man they are dealing with. They might ask for favors that don't make sense, push your time, or see how far you'll go just to avoid disappointing them. When you can calmly say, I can't do that. That doesn't work for me. I'm not comfortable with this. You're sending a powerful message. I respect you, but I also respect myself. That self-respect is what makes you stable, grounded, and emotionally safe in the long run. Saying no doesn't make you rude. It makes you real. And a real, grounded man is far more attractive than a man who sacrifices everything just to be liked. 7. Women are drawn to men who stand out. Finally, women quietly notice which men blend into the crowd and which men stand apart. This has nothing to do with being loud, arrogant, or constantly performing. It has everything to do with individuality. A man who has his own goals, prioritizes his growth, doesn't spend all day chasing validation, doesn't act like every other man flooding her comments or inbox, naturally becomes more intriguing. When you're not just another guy leaving the same compliment under her photos, when you're not begging for attention, when you move with purpose in your own life, you automatically become more high value in her mind. Not because of money, status, or looks, but because you're not desperate, you're selective, you have standards, you're willing to walk away if something doesn't match your values. That combination of kindness, presence, and self-respect is rare, and rare is attractive. Learning to say no, protecting your time, and not acting like every other man gives you something women notice instantly: uniqueness. If you've made it this far, you already understand more than most. Women won't always tell you they want unpredictability, real listening, balanced respect, attractive presentation, calm leadership, firm boundaries, and individuality. but they feel all of it. They respond to all of it. They remember men who embody all of it. You don't need to become someone else. You don't need to play a fake role. You only need to listen more deeply. Respect her and yourself equally. Care about your presence and appearance. Take initiative when it's needed. Say no when something crosses your boundaries. Stay true to who you really are. If this resonated with you, treat it as a blueprint, not a script. Let it shape how you show up naturally and consistently. And remember this, the most attractive version of you isn't the one trying to impress everyone. It's the one who knows his worth, treats others well, and refuses to shrink himself just to be accepted. That's the kind of man women quietly wish for, even if they never say it out loud.